The ground is still damp, though the air has begun to dry. My foot meets a crack in the pavement, and I just instinctively adjust my stride. A small scrape of sole against concrete sends a quick spark-like sound. It lasts half a second, barely noticeable, but I can feel my shoulders tense before settling again. That brief jolt reminds me how fast we interpret friction as danger. Sometimes it's just contact.
The ember stirs, the morning calls. Curiosity moves through it all.
You're joining me on the Ember Walk, where curiosity meets motion. I'm David Dysart. Together we'll take a few minutes to step through one idea that shapes the craft of enrollment. Many people approach collaboration cautiously because they fear the moment sparks fly. They think if there's resistance, something must be wrong. The reality is direct. Sparks don't mean failure, they mean contact. They mean two forces met with enough energy to reveal the friction. That is often the earliest sign that something real is happening. My gut still interprets disagreement as a problem to solve quickly, and felt too instinctually that efficiency requires alignment. If a colleague pushes back on timing, process, or logic, I'd just assume they don't understand the pressure. Over time, I've started to see that I've been protecting momentum at the expense of refinement. The most painful missteps in my career didn't come from visible conflict. They came from a silent agreement where no one challenged the strike. The absence of sparks is not peace. More often, it's just disengagement. One time, I pitched a strategy to the leadership team. One of them openly questioned the viability of a key assumption. I felt annoyance just rise immediately. I pushed through the meeting by justifying harder. Later, I learned that their hesitation came from a recent shift in student behavior I hadn't seen. I was building based on old heat. They felt the current temperature. My resistance had been covering insecurity, not accuracy. The spark was the sign I needed to recalibrate, but at the time, I treated it as something to extinguish, and I was wrong. In the forge, when metal is heated and struck, sparks often indicate that the outer layer is shedding, what is no longer serving the shape. If the internal temperature is right, that shedding refines the material. If you stop every time you see a spark, you'll never reach the final form. The craft requires enough confidence to stay engaged, even through friction. Enough humility to recognize when sparks point to material that needs removal. Sparks don't tell you that the work is breaking, they tell you that the work is becoming. Today, think of one place where friction has shown up with someone you work alongside. Instead of interpreting it as a sign of breakdown, ask what component might be shedding. What is being revealed that wasn't visible when heat was low? Stand near that contact point without defensiveness. Let your spark speak, and let us know in the comments or DM me. What was that one thing? And how did the project and your relationship grow from that approach? Walk with a steady rhythm. Don't avoid the grit underfoot. Pressure without retreat often shapes what silence never will. And that's the Ember Walk. The forge is yours now. Go make something worth the heat.
Step by step, the spark will talk. This is the end.